Hey everybody, welcome to this week's video. I get this question a lot from vocal percussionists, beatboxers, drummers, people recording. How do we make our vocal percussion beatboxer sound like Kevin from Pentatonix? And well, first off, Kevin is a beast. Kevin is an amazing beatboxer. He's amazing, right? So he sounds great. So that's partly how you sound like Kevin, is by sounding like Kevin. But if you go back to some of the earlier Pentatonix EPs and some of the songs that they still do, there was less of this on the full album, I think. But more so when you hear that sound where it's like Kevin in surround sound, or it sounds like he's it's really realistic. It's not so much the technique that I've showed you in other videos where there's a live take and then sampling. It's in a technique something like this where there's multiple takes. You can see here 3 takes of the beatbox loop. There's also like a hi-hat loop here. This is not Kevin, this is another group. But it's basically either a it's not surround sound, but it's a stereo effect of one of the tracks you see here is center, one is panned left, and one is panned right. You might have some different levels, things like that, depending. But you can play around with it. So that setup sort of sounds like this. Let's get a nice loop here for you to hear it. Okay, so you hear that. It's kind of this wall of drums that are surrounding you and in front of you. First off, you also hear it's a pretty good beatboxer. That's key. It was well recorded as well. You've got a lot of low end, you've got a lot of high end, high frequencies. You've got just a good sounding signal in the first place. So that's how you get that big sound. And you also notice that to get a really great sound like that, your drummer has to be very consistent with their part. They can't do 3 takes that have completely different patterns. You lose that unison effect, that unison power of it building on top of itself. Again, I said, there's a little bit of layering there. You can hear the hi-hat. It's 1/8 notes with it. That gives you a bit of that layering or building sound. Now, another technique you could do with this, if you didn't want the surround, I keep saying surround, but the stereo effect of the drums, is that you could do a multing, it's called multing, where you would EQ each of these tracks differently. One emphasizing the kick drum or the low end, one the mids, maybe like the fundamental of the snare drum, something like that, and then one emphasizing the highs, like the hi-hat, cymbals, things like that. So that's another basic vocal percussion technique that you can use to get a more live, really enveloping sort of sound. I hope this was helpful. Go over to recordingacappella.com and check out the blog. I've been posting some new articles over there as well as videos. And please join the email list if you want the free ebook, 10 Ways to Improve Your Acapella Recording. All you have to do is sign up for the email list, and you'll get a weekly email newsletter from me, as well as the free ebook. So thanks a lot, and see you guys soon.